Welcome back to the Wiki Show. Today I want to look at the Sandbox. So the Sandbox is a handy place in Wikipedia for new users and even experienced users to practice with the Wikipedia editing tools. There are two sandboxes on Wikipedia that people use. The first one here is one that anyone can edit, even unregistered users. There is a helpful help page about the sandboxes, and if you scroll down on that page, there is a list of the different sandboxes you can use. The first one we're going to look at is the public sandbox. Now in this sandbox, anyone can edit it, even unregistered users. So I've landed here and someone's already typed in a bunch of stuff. Well, let's go ahead and look at the history of the sandbox. And this sandbox is regularly erased by a bot. So anything you do in this sandbox is temporary and will be removed shortly. If I go ahead and click Edit Source, it'll let me edit the source text of the sandbox. This is a great way of experimenting with the Wikipedia source editor without making edits to a real Wikipedia page. This is a great way of learning without bothering articles that people are reading. When I open up the sandbox, it brings up a notice here that tells me about it and that's automatically cleaned. And if I want to just erase this sandbox so I can make some edits, I can click this button right here. So once I'm here, there's a little template that says information and I can type whatever I want. You can use the sandbox to try out different templates or different types of formatting, maybe if you want to insert a table. Once you've made whatever test edits you want, just go ahead and click Publish Changes and you can see what your edits will actually look like. I strongly recommend new users play with the sandbox to learn how to edit. Making test edits in a live Wikipedia article is not a good idea and you risk being banned. Don't do this in the sandbox. Please use the sandbox for educational purposes. There is a second sandbox called the User Sandbox, and this sandbox is only available to registered users, and this is your own area of your Wikipedia account to practice editing. When you're signed into your account, you actually see a link called Sandbox. This link takes you to your User Sandbox, and this will create a page in your user account where you could type in and practice developing articles or make test edits. Now this sandbox will stay there, it'll be a part of your account, and this is a place that some people will use to work on an article. If they're gathering information, they're practicing formatting. If you're trying to create a new Wikipedia article, use your user space sandbox to work on the article before you create a draft. If you just want to experiment without registering for an account, just go ahead and use the public sandbox. That's all I have for you today. Until next time, don't be a vandal. Please use the sandbox.